Good morning from day 3 of reInvent. As you can see, the energy is pretty electrifying. But to more important things, Melissa and I had the opportunity to, I'd say, go to the dogs, quite literally. Earlier today, we went to the Deloitte booth and we got the opportunity to play or interact with the Silver State service dogs. Let's go now to Melissa to learn how these service dogs are serving people in awesome ways.
Thanks, Rudy. I'm here with Thomas Beck from Deloitte Consulting and Dr. Diane Villa, the founder of Silver State Service Dogs. Please go ahead and introduce yourselves, and of course, this little fellow over here.
I'm Dr. Diane Villa, and I'm the co-founder and director of Silver State Service Dogs, and I'm here with our dog, Grady.
Hi, Melissa. My name is Thomas Beck. I am our government cloud leader with Deloitte, and a proud U.S. Army veteran.
It's awesome. Thank you guys for introducing yourselves. So we are at a cloud conference, and these are dogs, or I should say, this is certainly a dog. Are they machine learning experts, or what are they doing here?
I don't want to give away too much. I hear there may be an announcement coming around Canine Cognitive Services tomorrow, so I don't give too much away, but they really do have superpowers in terms of their ability to engage with and sort of react to human responses that are really pretty amazing. I'm sure you'll talk to this, Diane, but they can sense things in a really intuitive way that's really pretty incredible for these dogs.
Yeah, absolutely. I've seen some of that already. So Diane, how did the idea for Silver State Service Dogs start?
Well, I have my firstborn son served in Iraq in the military, and he was actually injured there. Oh, no. So he's fine now, but we spent some time while he was being treated at Walter Reed Hospital. And going there and seeing all the wounded military and soldiers really opened my eyes to the true sacrifices that our veterans make for us. So my sister and I, who's the co-founder, we've been breeding Labradors for a long time, and we just decided that we wanted to do something to help. And this is the way we could give back.
Well, thank you for doing this. This is amazing. So what's the connection with Deloitte?
So Deloitte has a long history of working with veteran activities, veteran family activities, and the U.S. military and our services. So probably no better place than here in Nevada to partner with a local company that does exactly this, supports an amazing cause, and then to have these dogs at our booth is just an attraction because people love to see dogs.
Yeah, oh my gosh, look at him, he's getting sleepy, I know. All right, so Thomas, tell us about your own experience as a veteran. And for those of us who haven't served, how do programs and efforts like this help, both in the day-to-day and more broadly too? Yeah. What is the overall impact?
So thanks, Melissa. Number one, I count myself really lucky as a veteran. I didn't do any combat tours, so I didn't have to deal with the impacts and PTSD. I had a family member who actually succumbed to the impacts of that during the first Gulf War. So to me, it's really important. I know how important it is to do these kind of things, I really am so happy that we've evolved to having these support systems, support animals, and just being much more cognizant around the need of our veterans, the need to support them when they return from these areas. And so again, it's very near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely. Okay, awesome. So Diane, can you tell us how you've seen these dogs help people?
Well, the primary benefit of the dogs is the relationship between the dog and the handler, and it's very supportive, and it gives somebody who's been traumatized confidence to go out in public and do things, and somebody to rely on. And two of the most important things they do, one thing is they bring down a person's arousal, and how that impacts a veteran is it will reduce their nightmares. So we just had a veteran who was paired with a dog who had previously been on medication for nightmares. We paired him with a dog, his nightmares stopped. So he no longer even has to take medication. Wow. And we have another veteran who was paired with a dog who hadn't been out in a mall or public place in 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
So she has this partner now to go with her, so she can go to the mall, she can go shopping, she can do many things. Just, it's the warmth and companionship that really supports our veterans.
Great, thank you for sharing that. All right, so Thomas, Deloitte is always a strong presence here at reInvent and a strong partner. What else are you learning about here at the show?
I think I, like everyone, I'm super excited every morning to see the keynotes, hear the new announcements. Those are the kind of the highlights, I think, for everyone at reInvent, is to hear the big new things that are coming out. I know you all work on those things all year long, so to hear what's been worked on is amazing. The mainframe migration services, specifically, we heard about that yesterday, really exciting. We've worked with AWS on that, and I have clients here talking about that today in session, so super excited to hear what's going on there. I think more even than the announcements, it's great to see people again, face to face, right?
Absolutely.
So I think seeing our partners, seeing our longtime colleagues and friends, seeing our dogs, and if nothing else, for that reason alone, it's worth the trip and worth the mission.
Perfect. And Thomas, what can we all learn from your experience as a veteran and the experience that all veterans share?
I think, Melissa, when you're in the military, it's a big family.
Yeah.
And I think the most important thing is that we treat ourselves as a family when we're in the military. I think we want to see our veterans taken care of as well as possible outside, because they are really family. To hear stories of people that are traumatized and suffer through the effects of sort of PTSD, it sort of breaks our hearts, because that is our family. So I think we stay as a family when we're in, we're a family when we're out. So anything we can do to actually help that family, again, is super important and high on the list of veteran priorities.
That's right, family first.
Family first.
All right, so for both of you, what can we all do to help reintegrate veterans, both into our communities, but also in our industry?
Go ahead.
Well, I think that we need to respect their journey. They're coming from very hostile environments, and they need time to readjust to their environment. So we need to support them, we need to get them services, we need to let them, like say you have a service dog, let them go through with their dogs, don't bother them, don't ask them questions, don't kick them out because they have a service dog. But the big thing is to welcome them home and to thank them for all of the sacrifices that they've made, and we really need to support that.
Great. And Thomas?
Yeah, I'll add to Diane's message. I think it's the veterans are super important. I think we shouldn't forget their families as well, both for active duty as well as when they return as veterans. The family support system, again, is so important to enable them to serve. So make sure that services are there for them as well, and they're being acknowledged for their support, their contribution, because it's a big contribution. They give everything during deployments, post-deployment to support these veterans, so super important to think about the families as well in the process.
Definitely. All right, well, and actually, to your point about dogs, Amazon does allow dogs in the office, at least, at headquarters.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really fun. We get to walk around and see dogs all the time and play with them. Maybe at the expense of our work sometimes. Just kidding, just kidding, just kidding. All right. So what an amazing program and cause. Dr. Diane Villa and Thomas, and of course, Grady, thank you for being here today. I'm Melissa Paranchero, and you're live from reInvent.